Hi, my name is Dave Steele with Western Canadian Properties Group, and I'm here today with Cynthia Asen from Investment Revenue Realty to talk to you about everything going on in northeastern BC. Western Canadian Properties Group has worked with approximately 400 individual investors in Fort St. John and Dawson Creek who have purchased individually titled condominiums, townhomes, executive townhomes, and suited single-family homes. People ask us all the time why we've chosen Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, and Northeast BC. Simply put, after analyzing all of the top real estate markets in Canada, we believe that these markets will be the best real estate investment markets in Canada over the next 20 years. Now, we understand that's a very bold statement, so let's look a little deeper. Fort St. John is a town of 22,000 people and is about to experience the highest amount of capital spending per capita of any region in Canada. And it's coming from a variety of areas, a variety of industries including mining, agriculture, forestry, oil, gas, and hydroelectric power. Site C Dam just completed its first year of construction, and the $8.8 billion project is currently the largest infrastructure project being built in Canada today. This construction work is less than a 5-minute drive from Fort St. John. Over 1,600 workers are already employed, with another 400 on their way to Fort St. John. Pembina Pipeline has 2 pipelines that are beginning construction. One that has just started and needs 250 workers, and the Pembina Plateau Pipeline, a $235 million project that will need 400 workers and starts construction before the end of the year. Fort St. John has 2 large forestry facilities, one operated by Canfor and one operated by Louisiana Pacific. And these facilities generate 800 well-paying jobs for the community. AltaGas recently purchased a 480-acre parcel on the southeast corner of Fort St. John with plans to build a propane separation facility requiring up to 700 construction jobs and 200 plus operational jobs. In 2012, Fort St. John built a brand new $350 million hospital, clearly a sign that the 22,000 person community is set to grow. As well, in 2016, Fort St. John will be the only municipality in British Columbia approved to build a new elementary school, and are only one of 3 municipalities on the short list for a second new school to be approved in 2017. Another clear sign of a community that is set to grow. In May 2016, a massive $9.7 billion oil discovery was found only 20 kilometers outside of Fort St. John, and Crew Energy and ARC Resources will be drilling 22 wells over the next 12 months, creating over 2,600 direct jobs in the process. Over the past 6 months, major projects have been quietly announced. Encana and Mitsubishi just began construction on the Sunrise gas processing plant halfway between Dawson Creek and Fort St. John. This is a $1 billion project and is expected to process 400 million cubic feet of gas per day and will need 3,000 workers during its construction. As well, Encana has a second project, an $850 million gas processing plant just west of Dawson Creek, and it was just approved, and it will require 1,100 workers during construction. This project's expected to begin construction in early 2017. As well, 2 coal mines are reopening in the region, one in Chetwynd and one in Tumbler Ridge, and they will both be bringing 400 jobs into the region. But what is really stirring everyone's imagination are the mega projects. Petronas recently got environmental approval from the federal government on a $36 billion project, the largest private project in Canadian history. As well, Shell has been approved for a $40 billion liquid natural gas project. Each of these projects would generate over 3,000 jobs in the region, where Shell recently completed construction on its brand new regional office. There are over 18 other liquid natural gas projects in various stages of planning, and the wood fiber LNG project proposed for Squamish is expected to make its final investment decision before year end. This project would generate over 600 jobs per year in and around Fort St. John. What's driving all of this is that there are enormous reserves of natural gas in the region. In fact, it's forecast that 35% of all of the natural gas in North America is in and around Fort St. John and Dawson Creek. And it is believed that this natural gas field is the second largest natural gas field in the world. Fort St. John right now is all about jobs, jobs, jobs. And as we know with real estate, people go where the jobs grow and the rental rates and prices rise because of it. The North Peace Economic Council believes that the population of the region will almost double between now and the year 2023. 18 months ago, when the price of oil and gas fell in Alberta, real estate prices in Fort St. John came down as well, and vacancy rates crept upward. In fact, today, rents are in the neighborhood of $250 to $400 less than they were just 24 months ago. But the real question to ask is, where will the rental rates go when the avalanche of jobs that are coming to the region begin to hit? Today, at the lowest rental rates that we've seen in years, the brand new properties still cash flow. The tide has turned and the future looks very bright.
As a realtor that sells investment products to my clients, I often get asked the question, what makes Western Canadian Properties Group different than anyone else? First of all, their focus is on brand new properties. Properties with all the bells and whistles, including fireplaces, washers and dryers, underground parking, powered parking stalls, and all of the two-bedroom properties come with 2 bathrooms, something that is very hard to find in Fort St. John. When the typical demographic renting in Fort St. John is a 30-something couple, where each of them is earning $80,000 plus per year, these properties are very desirable, making them easy to rent and get higher rents. Most of the rental stock in Fort St. John is 25 years old and do not have modern amenities that we offer. Most of our competition are older, rundown properties, and so even in a market where there are vacancies, we have been able to operate at high occupancy levels. The results have been incredible. Western Canadian Properties Group has a marketing team on the ground that targets the large corporate accounts and works with corporate clients on short-term furnished rentals, long-term furnished rentals, and long-term unfurnished rentals. Typically, 20 to 30% of the rentals are at a higher furnished rental rate, earning a premium of $800 to $1,000 for our investors on a monthly basis. Another unique aspect of the Western Canadian Properties program is they offer a Costco-style program where investors can take advantage of excellent pricing on the investment properties themselves, get savings on the legal fees and closing costs, and receive a preferred rate on the property management fee. In Fort St. John, Western Canadian Properties Group has negotiated a bulk property management arrangement with Sterling Property Management, where our clients get property management services for as low as $50 per month versus the standard 10% of rents collected. Sterling Property Management is the largest property manager in Fort St. John and Dawson Creek and manages over 2,300 properties. Because we have offered Sterling the opportunity to manage over 400 properties on our behalf, our clients have been able to negotiate an exceptional fee arrangement. Each month, the property manager provides a monthly statement and automatically deposits the net rent check into your account. The Western Canadian Properties team also provides a colored leasing map monthly showing last month's occupancy levels and the status of future leases and renewals. Our investors love the reporting, the monthly automatic deposits, and the optional shared vacancy program, shared furniture program for corporate rentals. We have done this as a team for over 25 years, and it's truly a program where you can let someone else do all the work. As an investor, you can be as hands-off or hands-on as you choose. You can visit the property, you can have direct and full access to the property manager. You can choose to join the Strata Council, or you can simply do what most of our investors do, looking at their statements 10 minutes a month, reviewing the property management statement in the leasing maps, and calling one of us if you have any questions. Many of our investors like the fact that they are purchasing a brand new property in the market with very strong fundamentals. As a management team, one of our sayings that is repeated regularly throughout our company: people don't care what you know, They care that you care. We are a group of people that really care. We are a team that are very passionate about what we do. Key members of our team are also investors in Fort St. John and Dawson Creek, many of us with multiple properties. We look at this business through the eyes of an investor, and we constantly strive to improve and innovate everything that we do. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we hope you will join us and take your real estate investing to the next level.
Since I've been hearing about Fort St. John a lot, especially, I purchased a unit last summer, so I've been following it quite closely and listening to the news on Site C and LNG. So actually seeing it and seeing all the commercial investment up here, Site C investment, seeing where it's all going and how it's all coming to fruition sort of is been nice to see today. I liked just getting a tour of Fort St. John. Starting off, luckily I actually got to walk through my unit today, which was nice. I originally didn't think I'd actually ever see it, just because being from Vancouver, I didn't think I'd actually come up to Fort St. John and walk through my unit, so that was nice. And then just seeing what they're doing, just all the different product that Western Canadian Properties are doing, and then just getting a lay of the land and seeing how they've seen what their competition is doing and how they've improved on that. And then also, obviously a big part of it is all the jobs that are here and the investment, so seeing that side of it as well. Obviously we saw the dam site, and then just seeing all the big national tenants that are here, like Canadian Tire and McDonald's and A&W. It kind of brings to reality the amount of money that's here and what's happening in the town. It's bigger than I expected. Like I was expecting a small little town, but it's like, you know, there's clearly a lot going on, and you definitely get the sense that it's sort of the next Fort Mac, which is awesome. Coming up here kind of just solidifies that it's a great opportunity. Like, I was already sold after hearing what Western Canadian Properties' plan was and what's actually happening in Fort St. John without even seeing it. And that was enough for me, but if you're on the fence, then actually coming here and seeing it all really brings it to reality and proves that there's a lot of money being invested here, and I think is a great opportunity. I feel amazing. I feel like I made a great decision.
It is a really good tour, a good trip, even better with the presentation really. I really appreciate all the effort that has gone in and the thinking that has gone in here. To me, really it is an eye-opener just hearing very sincere, honest management, I believe I'm seeing and hearing, and something for the great opportunity that probably in Asia we can never participate at this kind of level, at this kind of timing for, let's say, an expanding new town, and really amazing, I think, going forward. I'm expecting and fully expecting to reap really good rewards out of this. What I thought at first is that still a lot of hearsay, and we don't really quite know what is really happening. I mean, what you can read, what you can hear is quite different when you actually come here and really see for yourself, and really going around the city and seeing what is real, what could be the potential. Really, for me, is a huge benefit. Just going around on this tour. It's a lot of sincere, honest sharing by you guys, or the stakeholders rather. You know, today I'm hearing from even the councillor who was there for us, and I feel a lot of sincerity, a lot of thought that has gone in. And when I actually see the actual product, I was pretty impressed with what you guys are thinking and putting in. And of course, I would really help that you guys and the top management coming out here and really kind of giving the extra bits and pieces that, for me, in my mind, it's really important, because being a scientist and trained that way to really be very logical and really kind of evaluating things that way, that really helped when I get a little bit more of the background information that I wouldn't otherwise benefit or have the benefit of getting from some simple presentation or what is on print.
Today's been a great day. Lot of information gathered. It was It was really interesting, very, very elaborate. We got to see place. Most importantly, we know there's a lot happening here. In a nutshell, this city is growing. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing fast. There's building, construction going on everywhere. This city, probably in the next 4 or 5 years, it won't be something like what I saw today. The perspective completely changed because what I had in mind and what I had thought was completely different from what I came here. I actually got the feel of what's happening rather than being told what's happening, and what I've read in the news about the growth, about the oil projects, about the dam and all of those things. But actually coming down here and seeing all this was really, I mean, it changed the whole thing. I have not seen a city growing so fast like any other. I've been in Vancouver. There's a lot of in Surrey. There's a lot of thing happening, but not like the way it's happening out here. I've invested within Surrey and in Mission and other places. The growth has been slow. In Surrey, yes, I did see some kind of growth, but probably if I had invested in Richmond or so, it would have been different. But what I'm seeing here is comparatively, this is fast. This is really fast. And it's going to, I actually came to know about this project 2 years back. I came to know about it through a friend of mine, and somehow I missed it, and I've lost. Make the trip, and you will know the difference. When you're here, you will know what's happening, and that will make the whole change. I knew about the oil and gas projects coming because I've got an oil and gas background. I knew about the other places, the other major projects happening in Kitimat and other places, in Prince Rupert and all of those places, in Terrace. But I didn't know that, yes, how it made a big change, big eye-opener for me when I landed here. And the trip was awesome, taking all over the place. I mean, it was so detailed, and the people who took me around, they're so well aware of every single thing, every detail. It was great. I had an intention of buying. I knew about this 2 years back, and I know today that I've made a mistake in not buying 2 years back. I'm here today, and I see for real that I know that if I invest now, it's still the beginning. It's still in the beginning stages. It's just happening. So it's going to be, there's a long way to go here. Take a look at this place and invest.